So is Aetna another carrier?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is.
I saw it, I just saw it, but that said for Medicare, I don't have a health.
We're not doing that. Aetna has all kinds of stuff, but we're gonna go ahead and do the contracting. Ladies, if you are on, good morning, good morning. You should have an email.
Good morning.
Good morning. You should have an email about the Aetna contracting that I want you to go ahead and complete.
Yes, ma'am. Do you want to request for an EFT transfer? Prospect agent's personal bank information should be provided.
No. The brokerage is gonna be paid and then you're gonna be paid. So does it have another option there?
Because Aetna pays the agents directly, which, oh crap. It says if you want, do you want to request for an EFT? If EFT information is not provided, will default compensation to check payment.
Okay, so EFT, put your account information. Oh. Yes.
Ooh, that's
It's gonna cost me.
Better than oatmeal, I have to.
You do what you have to do.
I'm sorry. This is something that happened before I got this job.
Did you get that thing oiled down?
His beard.
The terrible system is once an hour. I'm not supposed to.
I'm having a difficult time here. How do if I forwarded an email, but now I'm trying to reply to the original sender, how do I do that? I'm hitting reply and reply all, and it won't let me. I forwarded that email from yesterday, I forwarded to Andrew, and it's only showing like this.
Are you in Outlook?
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with Outlook. I don't see the email here. What is it, 2:15? It's not here, but it's here from where I forwarded it. I hit reply, just use the Andrew, and reply all, and just still use the Andrew.
So go down to who sends it to you and just paste them.
What, I have no idea what's the upload here.
It's because you're replying to Andrew's email and he replied to you directly. But the original email should be in your,
Should be separate, right? So it's weird.
and you went to Wednesday?
This is it. It would be
That's
Wednesday
not-
at 2:14. Yeah, so it should be like right here.
Check your deleted in case you
I'll
deleted
make it other.
Oh, finally, I was bring that up. I thought everything was like that in my email.
Very weird. Nope. That's super weird.
Right, yeah, just grab it and paste it in there.
Alright, I think maybe the trick.
It should be there. It should be there.
This is weird.
All right, good morning, ladies. Did you get the Aetna email? Go ahead and complete the Aetna contracting email.
Is that the one that says do not reply? Oh, Aetna, yep. Oh, Aetna, that's really, what are we selling through Aetna?
Life insurance.
We are.
You will have the appointment. You're not gonna be doing Aetna's yet, but you will be appointed through Aetna.
Oh, Aetna, that's great, that's awesome. Start your application for appointment. Aetna's a great company. They're a subsidiary, or at least they used to be, of Florida Blue, or Blue Cross and Blue Shield. I don't know if they are now, but years ago they were. This time user.
Successfully completed.
Success.
That information, I don't think I have that.
Awesome.
You can save it.
That commission thing should not be directly, it should be, let me see, when you get to that piece, let me know, yeah, let me see that, so go back a couple, steps from there. Okay, so go to the next. That is, it should let, it's turned off, so you should be able to bypass that one, it's blocked.
I'll go back and fill in on the
You probably
information.
get it on your own.
Okay. Leave that switch off,
But then that's when it says
I
you have
might
received
not
a
have
paper
a
check.
check, so I don't
no,
online
it's
banking.
switched off,
And I have,
It's not provided will default compensation to check
you
payment.
can't, so you have to
Provide
provide.
it's fine, cause the brokerage is gonna be getting paid directly, and then you're gonna be getting
I
paid,
don't
so,
I don't trust it. I know. It's so old fashioned.
Well, I'm over here thinking, how you gonna talk to these old people when they getting a nail and making you ain't even call?
Because they have their social security and stuff, you know, that they're taking this money out of, you know, when they got those final expense policies.
No, I meant helping them through, like if they needed help getting through their online banking.
I can help them, I know how.
Oh, you know how?
I know
You
how.
just don't do it yourself.
I just don't do it myself. How can I say this? I sold for a lot of years. Health insurance plans, you know, where people had to pull from their bank account and pay for their credit cards and checks and everything else. As well as other products, okay, that are insurance related.
Oh, yeah, so.
what document is it asking you to upload?
I have run check, you know, and for other services as well. My thing is
I
this,
remember getting the
I don't use a lot of,
Miss Hannah, you finished with your contract and stuff?
I've got everything except for my banking part of it.
No, leave that off,
Oh,
and have it
good.
switched off and keep going.
Yes. That's nice.
So I have to get mine changed
Hello?
somehow.
Yeah.
You just go back and do it.
Hello?
It's already been
The
submitted.
only thing I can do is try to call them back. That's enough on this. Lovely.
Send me an email, Karen.
But I don't feel so bad now.
Is it because it says broker product?
Yeah, sure.
Or maybe because you have to put everything in there?
You don't have to select all of these counties. And it is gonna ask you about the banking, but.
Why does it make you
Like
walk
your
around?
resident state, if you would like to add additional states, please.
Go back to the top, make sure you grab that first
I know stuff.
one.
If it even work, your appointment.
To add more states, you would have to put your banking information in to pay for it.
No, that's not even where that is, Miss Hannah, keep going.
All right, no problem. Continue. Okay. Please select at least one Florida county.
Select all those counties in that drop down.
Okay.
Select all the counties in the drop-down list, ladies. Los Angeles, send me that link.
It won't let me select. You know what?
You can.
It won't even, what is it? I'm sorry. I think you know. I'm glad.
I understand. This is
You should select them all.
Do you have your regular mouse?
My regular mouse.
Yes.
Is
Oh, is that it over there
no.
on the desk?
Yep, that's probably mine.
It's much easier, it'd be much easier to.
From yesterday. Yep. So if you're so compatible, you haven't done crazy. You know how mouse does?
You can always control. Oh, my nubby, it's gotta be corrected.
You got the carrots in?
I feel my car in a ditch, and that's all that happens when you focus without work.
That was
Just enough.
That was cool. You should have.
And it taught me something. Don't drive while angry. Because I was driving all reckless. You know,
Okay, thank you for that.
2011, 10 years ago.
Mm. Let me know when you guys are done. Okay.
After I uploaded that, that was all we needed, just had to wait to upload, receive, and the next page was finished.
Okay.
We don't really need to upload any kind of documents or anything, nothing, because,
What is it asking?
it's asking upload, only PDF and TIFF doc types are allowed for document upload documents. Upload will be scanned for virus and may take a while to display on the screen. It's not really asking you for anything, okay? It's just if you have to, they should be able to get this from state. Everything they're asking. You must have a lot of patience to deal with us in here.
I learned more every day.
I'm working hard at it, but thank you.
What's an LOA?
An LOA?
Leave of absence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And submit for approval.
Susan take her test today or yesterday?
No, today, Thursday.
I
Yes,
forgot
I
she's
know,
not
that's
here.
why I told her she's gonna do something.
We have faith in her.
Yes.
Well, she said she's been an agent for years, so, but, you know, every state's a little different. Alright, we got it.
I
Let it all
apologize.
out.
I had lentil casserole last night. It was really good, but I'm paying for it.
And so is Karen.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not like that bad. It's not like I have some lima beans or something. You know, it's just lentils.
Brussels sprouts.
Oh, God, Brussels sprouts and broccoli, girl. I would just like, look, can you let me sit in my van today? Because y'all all gonna be offended.
I like mine. It's got name.
I love Brussels sprouts.
I do
too.
Cut them in half, put them in the oven.
Pretty
With
good.
some fruit
Yeah,
and
that's
so
beautiful.
It is pretty. I always want to eat all the green.
I had her to answer questions. You know, so I said, I'll just give them something interesting and beautiful to look at. So I have like a bevy of these. That was an accident too.
But
But yeah,
the lentils with the wild rice.
I
and
know
some
it was
mushrooms.
exciting at yours, but it was caused by something that was about 200 years old.
And then we was just blend the French soup mix with the
Well, it
cream
was
of
me putting
mushrooms,
around
and
this that I shouldn't be
celery.
touching.
Throw it in the
I'm
oven.
not that good at it.
Just let it do its own
You
thing. in
finished?
there. You ain't even gotta mix it around,
Okay.
cause it's gonna incorporate
Bubble
some.
or
Crystal C, finished?
I'm trying to.
That's
Only what
right.
alphanumeric
If
characters.
my family wants to agree, I
So
will have
slashes
some
are
right in today.
alphanumeric.
No, just alphabet and numbers.
No commas or nothing. Well, how the hell are they supposed to make me explain this properly without sounding? Well, you need it. So I can even put period.
Um,
More illogical, more benefits.
I was once debating a story. Alright? I debated a story about this incident here to someone on the phone. I didn't know on the other end of the phone that they had a similar problem. They became so upset that I told them the story. They thought I was lying, that they actually turned me in to their state and had their person actually come down to where I work to verify that I had not told that story to that person and it wasn't true. Yeah.
Was it any of their business?
Oh, that's
It
just
wasn't.
kind of petty right there.
The world is full of crazy people. Crazy. This woman wanted to sue me because she thought I was making fun of Facebook, that I had somehow gotten her information. So she sent her shrink, or psychiatrist, to have them what I was saying to verify that I was out loud the truth.
I can't.
That is illegal.
No, it's not.
That don't sound like it.
They did. There's those things up there that don't stop.
Oh,
A
yeah,
full
my back
document.
hurting.
No, that's
all right, let Miss Crystal focus so she could finish, Miss Hannah, so we could get moving.
Okay, I think she's done.
Yes.
Again.
So, yeah, my guy opened this one coming through. I probably, what is wrong with this lady? Friday, she got it snatched off. Monday, she got it snatched. Geico probably don't want to renew me next year. So we might need to pick up some PNC coverage in here, because I think Geico about to drop me. You remember when I came in, I told you how the truck back, and then literally on the first day here on the 11th, I got hit again in the intersection out there. That's why I had called in saying that I might be late, but the police was able to come like almost instantaneously, and we got our report, and I wasn't at fault or anything, so I just got my little claim to come through. But I'm saying, like, Geico might be like, for real, girl? Like,
Cause you know, even if it's not your fault,
even
they
if it's,
still wanna count it against
yeah,
you.
and they do, so.
You done? On everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And wonderful, wonderful Lynn, are you ladies finished with your contracting as well?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm sorry.
Beyond.
The virtual thing, my apologies, I'm answering for
The
y'all.
wide world of the web.
Okay. Oh, who she think she is? Why she gonna tell somebody I'm done?
You like crazy.
You said we're in what, 34 states or 38 states?
34.
34?
Wherever you're licensed,
No, what I mean is, we sell in 34 states.
we sell wherever the carriers are appointed.
Okay, so if you wanted to get into every state that you guys have access to get leads from, do you know how many that would be?
So we get leads from all over. I don't know specifically, but if the carrier doesn't offer, like if the carrier isn't going to write or let you write in that state, it would make sense to have it. So, I know that Pennsylvania is not one that, not Aetna, Prosperity is appointed through.
In New York.
They're not appointed through New York either. But it's more so carrier specific than us. If you're licensed there and the carrier offers it there, then you can have your license.
Oh, you weren't playing.
Well, if I could
Certified,
get, yeah,
certified.
what they did, you know, what they owe me,
It's on
then I
paper.
can get appointed in those
Straight
extra
up.
states. That's why I'm asking. Of course, it hasn't happened yet.
Miss Andrea, Miss Crystal with a K, let me know when you are finished.
Are you still dealing with that too?
I was reading something about, can't look like somebody was getting something that they shouldn't pay taxes on, X amount of.
Generally, when
No,
it's like
you have
that,
to pay taxes
they
on the
really do tend to kind of paint this.
Right, but I was reading online, it was like, they're telling me, like, the post was like,
My
there's a
sister
couple of people
was
on
like,
like saying,
yeah, she went
they were
through
trying to make somebody pay more taxes
Or-
than they actually
or-
said. Like, you were saying,
Yeah,
like,
they got
taxes
that
on-
too.
you pay taxes on $6,000 and they're losing.
from 14 to like
Right.
18.
And you're constantly only income taxing.
Sneaking girls and boys
So,
in,
like,
like, sneak out and do girls and
Try to
boys.
last night.
I was actually in college at that time, so no, I wasn't even in college, I'm sorry. I was just being around my home, I forgot, I'm 10 years older than my little sister.
But you don't have to pay, I thought you didn't have to pay the taxes on the.
All right.
24 to
Yes, you do. Federal.
All right, to both of you guys, good morning, Miss Madison. Okay, so we will roll on. Ooh, now we roll down. Okay, so we are going to do something fun. I hope it's up to you guys. So we're gonna do a role play, but it's gonna be a group role play.
Oh, nice.
All right, so what we'll do, you can do that tomorrow, Miss Crystal with the K. We're gonna do a group role play, so everyone have your scripts out and ready. How we're gonna do this is, we are going to do a round robin of sorts. Everyone's gonna take a mod. So you won't know what mod is yours, but when it's your time to pitch your mod, you are going to pitch it like it is an actual client on the phone. I want enthusiasm, tonality. You guys are all pitching me, but again, one mod at a time. So I'll select you, you will do the mod in its entirety, and then we'll proceed to the next individual. Rapport build, we're gonna build rapport. Mod 4, we're gonna feel, so be ready. Mod 1, we're gonna use tonality, alpha call control, all of the above. At home, ladies, I will be calling you, so be ready with your scripts and ready to pitch your mod. You will be on speaker, so clear your throats, shake it off, and we're gonna get rolling. So I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to get your scripts up. Remember the purpose of each mod, execute with the thought of actually being on a call with an actual client. So I will not give you guys a hard time, but I will be as realistic as I can with the likelihood of how some of the calls will go, if that makes sense. So we're gonna give it, okay, well, cough it off, shake it off, drink some tea. Yes. All right. Are y'all ready? I think I'm gonna phone a friend for this first mod. I think we're gonna phone a friend. Miss Madison, I hope you're ready to go with mod 1 because I'm going to call you on speaker so that you can pitch me. Again, mod 1, top to bottom. Next agent I call on will do mod 2, top to bottom, and we will proceed accordingly. Miss Crystal with the K, I'll call you towards the end so you can have a little second or two to get your life. Get your life, honey.
Or just borrow one.
What borrow? At least borrow one for a mod. All right.
Hello.
Hi, Madison. I have Maureen on the line. Date of birth 22 of 56 in the state of Florida.
Hi, Maureen. This is Jessica. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So, Maureen, I'm so glad to see you with your call today. Just so you know, this call may be recorded for quality and training purposes. To see if you're eligible for any of the 2021 State Approved Final Expense Program, I just need to ask you a few quick medical questions to determine the level of coverage you qualify for. So, I show your age is 65 with a birth date of 2/2 of 59. Is that correct?
That is.
Great. So we'll get to COVID questions knocked out first and then move into the traditional medical questions. So within the last 30 days, has a medical professional administered a test on you for coronavirus for which you tested positive or for which results are not yet known or recommend that you be tested if testing is not yet done?
Yes, I was tested.
Okay, you were. So unfortunately for today, we are going to have to wait because the insurance carriers won't let us write to a policy until 30 days have been up. So we can reschedule this call in 30 days for when you test negative.
Well, I got tested, but it wasn't, I don't have it.
Oh, okay. So you got tested, but you do not have results yet?
No, it came back negative.
Okay, perfect. Then you will actually answer no stuff. That is great.
Okay.
government mandated quarantine or isolation order, or have been advised by a medical professional to self-quarantine due to suspected coronavirus or exposure to someone who has been exposed or diagnosed with coronavirus?
No,
That is great. Have you currently or in the last 30 days been hospitalized, committed to a psychiatric facility, confined to a nursing facility, received hospice or home health care, been confined to a wheelchair due to a disease, or are you waiting an organ transplant?
no,
That is amazing. So do you require human assistance or supervision with eating, dressing, toileting, transferring to a bed chair, walking, maintaining continence, or bathing?
no,
No? Okay, great. So within the past 12 months, have you been advised to have a diagnostic test other than HIV, surgery, home health care, or hospitalization, which is not yet started, been completed, or for which results are unknown?
no,
Great. Have you used or been advised to use oxygen equipment for assisted breathing, excluding a CPAP machine or a nebulizer?
I do use a CPAP machine.
You do. Okay. Well, that is good. We can still answer no for that question because that is excluded.
Okay.
Have you had or been advised to have kidney dialysis?
No,
Great. Have you ever been diagnosed or treated for acquired immune deficiency syndrome, otherwise known as AIDS, or human immunodeficiency virus, HIV?
no, ma'am.
That is great. Have you ever been diagnosed or received treatment for Alzheimer's disease, dementia, Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS, or cirrhosis of the liver, stage C?
No,
Great. Have you ever been diagnosed with more than one occurrence of the same or different type of cancer, or are you receiving treatment, including taking medication for any form of cancer, excluding basal squamous cell skin cancer?
no.
That is amazing. Now, how tall are you, Marie?
5'2",
Okay, and how much do you weigh?
302.
Okay.
Good, sure.
Okay, so I'm glad you answered no to all the knockout questions. That is great. Now, Marie, these final expense programs have been approved by the state of Florida to help families against the rising cost of funeral expenses and final arrangements in general. Now, I know a little bit about your health. I'll be better to help equip you with your options, eligibility, costs, and bundle benefits you may qualify for. And because these are state-approved final expense plans, they are set up to work directly with banks and credit unions. Maureen, I do not need your personal information now, of course, but you do at least have an active savings or checking account set up at a physical bank or credit union, correct?
Yes,
Great. And that's not like one of those prepaid cards or government benefit reloadable cards like NetSpend or Direct Express, right?
I do have a Direct Express, yes.
You do have one, but do you also have your a physical checking or savings account at a physical bank?
Yes.
Okay, great. And are you responsible for your own personal finances?
I am, unfortunately.
I feel you. So, Marie, do you have a pen and paper?
No, not immediately available, no ma'am.
Okay, well, I wanted to provide you with some important information. So if you happen to have a pen and paper nearby, that'd be great. If not, try to remember this. Again, my name is Madison Kate, and my national producer number is 00000. That number is very important because it lets you know that I am appointed and licensed by the state of Florida to talk with you about the state-regulated final expense life and burial protection program. I am not a telemarketer or an operator. I don't work for any one insurance company. I'm a state licensed agent that works for you. Maureen, I know you're going to need my help applying for these state-regulated final expense plans, so I want to tell you a little bit about them, how to apply, and then you can let me know what to do from there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, great. So a lot of people don't even know that these types of policies exist, and they're very excited to find out how simple and affordable they are. Now, final expense benefits are small, affordable, permanent whole life insurance policies that are regulated by the state of Florida, and they're designed for people living on fixed or limited income like Social Security and disability. I even had the honor of serving some of our disabled veterans. So Even if you don't fall into those categories, these policies are designed so that any income level can have something affordable for their loved one's protection. These plans are permanent, which means once you have coverage in place, you can.
Lost you.
She done hung up on you. She said, I'm done.
Andrew's in there, gotta go.
She said, peace.
It always happens.
Hello, Maureen, I think I lost you there.
You got me back.
All right, so where were we? So Maureen, if you qualify today, I'll have a package mailed out to you in 3 to 5 days. That way you have everything we talked about in black and white, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I've been doing this for a while, and my objective is just to find you the top tier benefits based on your age and health. So I don't work for the insurance company, I work for you. And my role is to find the absolute best solution out of everything that is available. So if we can get you qualified, your benefits will be secured for your family by applying for them over the phone without sending any money today, okay?
Okay.
Great. So as a state licensed agent, it is my responsibility and probably my favorite part of this job to get to know you a little bit so that I can determine the best possible company, the best plan, and of course the best price available in Florida. Even if you've ever been turned down before. So have you ever been turned down or denied coverage in the past, Randy?
Can't say that I have. No, ma'am.
That's great to hear. So how long have you been looking into life insurance?
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so good job, Mount One, Miss Madison.
Thank you.
Tone, energy, love it. You want to clarify the no answers on those health questions, the knockout. Anytime they give a yes to the knockout, corona or anything in the knockout, and anything in the health questions period, you want to make sure that they are clear on what they're answering yes to. So that will be, Also, with height and weight, technically I'm maxed out. So, not technically, I am maxed out. I'm a big girl at 302. So 5'2", 280 would be max for qualifying period. If it was anything less than 280, then I may have qualified for modified or graded, but 302 would have definitely took me out of there. Which I did it blankly without a height and weight chart. So I wasn't trying to kick you out there, but you should have kicked me out there because that's definitely way over. So make sure you're pulling up your height and weight chart. I know you have the PDF, but I know you don't have your binder yet either. So I know that is crazy.
So why do we ask the knockout questions up front like that?
Why do we
What's
ask
the purpose
knockout
of it?
questions?
No coverage.
To screen the person and to do it quickly, not waste time.
Right. And if they do say yes, what do we code that an agency block as?
For somebody to recall them later and talk with them about other products, maybe from other companies.
That is a possibility for it, absolutely. The code is, I'm asking for me actually, it's
Guarantee
health
issue
or,
is one of the drop down options in agency block.
Guaranteed
Okay.
issue.
So
Okay.
you do guaranteed issue.
You
Okay.
just position it as guarantee issue.
guaranteed issue pays very, very poorly and has a very, very poor stick rate, persistency, and placement. It's to the point where it's not really worth our time to write one. And we have a couple folks that are appointed with a guaranteed issue piece. We can potentially at some point call those back and go through, but for you guys and for the agency, that's why we want to know that up front, because
It's not worth the time,
right.
effort, or energy. So yes, that would be knocked out. So good follow up on the banking question. Really good with that because you want to clarify. With the no pen and paper, it's not a problem. You move forward. Typically, I start by providing my national producer number, which is this, that, and the third. I can text that to you, and that number is important because, and we go right back into the script. But very good job. Like I said, tone, energy to start the call off, very good. So you should feel happy. Make sure you have that You do have, I know it's a PDF version, but you do have that height and weight, just, if maybe you can screenshot that and keep it somewhere close till you get. Is it me?
Probably.
Ooh, Fonta, you rolled it here. You brought that.
So you know,
But Madison, you're good
You
to
know,
go.
okay,
I don't need to,
I get it.
you do. I won't call you back because you did good, very, very good. And I only gave you those little pieces so that everybody could hear those, opportunity areas. Cause I wanna make sure that you guys are all clear on those little things that may come up. I don't know about that. Do this for a second.
Oh, it's on 78.
oh yeah, drop it down.
When I look back there, it was on 75, so I thought it was.
I didn't turn it up.
I don't know what happened. I felt that long. Okay, so good job, Miss Madison. Mod 2. Andrew, you want to get in on some of this action? You are the client, the customer. You're not the agent. Do you want to be reported?
Sure.
All right, all right. Who wants to report Andrew? Miss Crystal with the C.
Yeah.
I knew you were way up. Ooh, because you
Because
shouldn't be nervous. You should feel good.
It's the role play that makes me nervous. It's like,
This is the client on the phone. This is the client at the bar. This is the client that you are building rapport with. Just do it.
And as a client that has no idea how much you know or don't know.
But this is the easy part, remember? Mod 4 is the one that you want to think about, but this is just talking and making a friend.
this is a lot. And you're giving me, you know, I got like, speech issues.
You will be,
I'm already having anxiety.
you will be okay. And that's why I opened the door for you. So if you can do it here, you'll
Can we
definitely be
skip
able to
me?
do it on the phone.
No, now I want you more.
He said him.
And well, you'd be fine. I'm super easy.
Right, here.
When we ask, how long have you been looking for insurance? That's the end of mod 1, right? Going into mod 2, that's like kind of our transition there. What if they say, I've had a policy.
That's great.
Okay, good.
Move on.
Great, yeah.
And just,
Acknowledge and keep it moving. That's a rhetorical question in basically.
How much of anything that they say to you before you effectively execute mod 2 can be considered the truth? Zero. Maybe the name. Zero.
That's all they get.
I don't even assume that.
Yes, that's why we verify in the data pool that is their legal first name, because they might have been lying. But no, nothing in mod 1 is the truth.
Hit me.
Well, you couldn't have fallen into better hands. So, Andrew, where are you from?
You sound anxious. I'm from
I am anxious.
I'm from Florida.
Real quick pause for the cause, because this is one call. So whatever he's saying, the names that he uses, these are the benefits. This is the stuff, whenever that's your mod, be taking notes, because when it's your mod, this is the information that we're going to be using.
so do we need to change your weight though? Because if not,
Yeah,
you ain't qualified for nothing.
Yeah, I'm a graded weight.
A graded weight?
Right.
Because she said 300, right? You're 5'2".
So we'll make you 260.
260 is what I am, yep. Take notes, know it.
Because I'm like, hold up. No, we don't.
260, 5'2", 260.
Well, then you technically still be level because 260 is start graded.
So
Okay,
265.
so even, that's fine. We'll go with whoever's in that mod. Okay. All right, go ahead, Miss Crystal. We gave you a couple seconds to get yourself together now. Fiend.
I'm having anxiety. What brought you to Florida?
I live here.
Are you born and raised in Florida then?
Yeah, I am.
What part of Florida?
Was I born in or?
Oh,
Okay, I was born down south in Hollywood, Florida, but my family, long time ago, moved here when I was just a boy, and I've been living in the Tampa area ever since.
oh wow, I'm in Tampa as well. Do you like sports? I can't do this. I'm
Yes,
having
you can.
anxiety.
No, it's okay, no, but she's,
No,
you're
it's because
legitimately,
it's this.
yeah,
No, I don't.
it's okay. Take a deep breath and we'll do another one. We'll do a different person.
Mm-mm. This is giving me anxiety.
Is it the report bill part?
It's
It's
the
me.
public's you, and then
It's the me.
giving me anxiety.
So who wants to take it
Turn the
over?
hair off now?
Yeah, right? It's the box.
Isn't that fun? It's the air, it's like, if it's on, it's cold. But as soon as it's off,
Freezing.
it gets
And
hot.
then it was the door and the thing. Ms. Hannah, go ahead and, build a rapport with Andrew.
Well, you know what? Thank you so much. What's your favorite thing about the state of Florida?
Oh, man, I love the springs. The rivers and the springs are my favorite.
Well, that's great. You know, I like that too. I spend a lot of time out in the parks. Have you ever gone to Okeechobee?
No, I've never been to Okeechobee. I go north more, but I hear it's nice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was nice. Have you been down to the one in the southern part of the state there where they have all the alligators and the big boas?
Oh, the swamps down there? I've been down there, but not to go swimming.
Right, well, not in the Everglades. You're not
Right.
gonna do much swimming in the Everglades, believe me. I mean, you're not. And the mosquitoes, those little tiny mosquitoes will carry you away.
Oh, yeah, they have saddles on them.
Are you still working? Are you retired, Andrew?
I've been retired for a while now.
You have? Okay, where'd you retire from, if you don't mind my asking?
I was a teacher,
Teacher, that's great. What grade do you teach?
mostly middle school grades.
Middle school? Okay, yeah, that's, I like middle school, that's a lot easier, I think, than the grade school or when you go on up and get into high school. It starts to get a little bit more complicated, but that age group is a really fun one. And, what has gotten you thinking about, are you married? Do you have kids?
Yeah, both.
Oh, awesome. And, how many kids you have, if you don't mind?
2.
Boy or girl?
But both, one boy, one girl.
All right, that's awesome too. That's really good. Are you grandparent yet?
No,
No?
not yet.
Not yet. That's awesome. One day, are you looking forward to being?
Yeah, when the time is right. I mean, I think it'll be a beautiful thing. It'd be neat to have a little baby running around.
Oh yeah, absolutely it is. And your children, are they, since you're a teacher, were you able to instill in them, going after higher education, higher learning?
I hope so. They're both graduated from college. My main thing with them was trying to teach them integrity when they were in school and how to be conscientious and do what they love. I tell them that when anybody asks them what they want to do when they grow up or what they want to do for a living, I told them their answer should always be happy.
Oh, you know what? That's really, really nice. And teaching them to maintain their integrity in a sea of people who may not be. That's very, very hard. That's very difficult for anyone to do. You know what I mean? And so I really admire that in you. That's great. That's awesome. Do you have any other type of, insurance right now, or
No,
no? Okay. And you get your teacher's retirement and a retirement from the state. Is that what you have now?
yeah.
Like Social Security?
Mhm.
Okay. And does your spouse work outside the home?
Not officially. She does little odd jobs here and there for people and bakes. There's little bake sales, but not like she doesn't have a 9 to 5 anymore.
Okay. And what really got you pointed in the direction, may I ask you, looking for final expense?
I don't even know. I didn't even know. I don't even know what final expense is until I got this phone call. It sounds interesting.
Absolutely. I mean, it is something that all of us need, and everybody has to look into, one day, you will just be passing on, to the other side, and you'll be leaving people behind that love you. And final expense, is a type of insurance. You know, they're typically smaller policies than say, one for 100,000 or, 200,000 or 500,000 or $1 million that you put in place, like in your younger working years, a lot of times people have those, or for other reasons. These policies are
Okay,
ones.
hold on one second, Ms. Hannah,
Yes.
because this is not the process. So
No, it's not the process.
We're getting off.
No,
We were off of it. I was answering part of this. He says he doesn't know.
because you weren't supposed to ask him that. We're not talking about,
Oh,
are we
okay.
talking about, okay, so we're not talking about financial things at all in mine too. We're building a friendship. We're making a friend, and that is all that we're doing in mine too.
Oh,
So,
I
so
was looking
before
at
we-
this page and it does say that.
What page are you?
I'm on page 5, which is, hold on one second.
right, I can see why getting final expense protection is important to you.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
That's leaving out of mine too, okay.
let me, can
Go
I,
ahead.
yeah, let's get focused now.
All right.
Get focused. You got a great voice. Right, you got a great voice, you did some things really well. Let's start with some things you could have expounded upon so we can get the purpose of the feel of the mod, right? Because it was, what's your favorite thing about Florida, Holly? The springs. Ooh, what do you like about them? Which one's your favorite? What do you do when you go there? I've heard they raft, they do this, they do that. What's your favorite thing? There must be I don't know. There must be a reason it's your favorite. I could tell that you really love them. Tell me more. What else? And then, have you ever been, or did you ever go? Oh, because depending on the information that I give, it's going to help you paint a better picture. But you want to get into the meat of any of those questions. So, like that one, how long you been there? Your whole life, name a street after you. Ha ha ha. Tell me what you love. Tell me why you love it. Tell me more about it. Ooh, right? You get into teaching. It was good. But tell me more. You get a teacher. You get a nurse. Really, everybody wants to talk about themselves. You just got to find the right category. So, teachers, you must be a saint. To be an educator and not get, the way you guys get paid and the things you have to, you are just, oh man, you must have some amazing stories. What grades? 7th, 8th, and middle school. Okay, so, I've talked to a lot of teachers and some say the older kids are better. Some like the younger kids. What have you found out? Because you're kind of right in the middle. Well, tell me more about that. What's the craziest thing you ever saw? Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. And then, when we came back around, you said, because you were a teacher, did you with the kids? That's awesome, right? You use the experience that you gathered from an earlier question. Use my own words to rephrase it and then talk about the kids. Like, what do you teach your kids? That was awesome. When it gets to the kids, we always want to ask their names. And that's a real energetically significant one for later on, because what happens is right in the moment, not so big of a deal. But later on down the process, when you're getting to the end of Mod 4 and maybe talking about a potential beneficiary, and instead of asking who they want it to be, you say, and is Olivia going to be your beneficiary? You remember my kid's name? It has these little things kind of drops in the bucket. Not always easy to do, but there's those little details. You may ask one kid, what's their name? Olivia. Oh yeah, is she the love of your life? No, I haven't talked to her 20 years. Well, now we know, maybe not bring that up later on. But we get the information, right? We get them talking about themselves. Great praise. I didn't write down specifically what it was, but there was some great praise there at the end. And okay, I remember the last thing. So where we got off track there at the end, let's talk about the why there. So you move through it well. By the way, guys, the first time you're going through it, the first few times, it's okay to not know. It's okay to, move through it and dance. But understanding the why is something that we should all do. We should all have down by the time, we spend a day or two on the phone. The reason why that line talks about insurance, but it got you a little bit off track, was after we gain all this information, right? We build this rapport. We find out about the person. We get stories out of them. Maybe we tell our story back. We're praising, right? We know you now. So the reason that is worded the way it was is because we want to speak certainty and decision into everything that we're doing, literally with the words. There's other certainty and decision statements that don't literally say certainty and decision, but there's a lot. It doesn't have to be. So I just opened up and told you all about me. You have praise, and I can see now why final expense protection is an important decision. I mean, I certainly love my family, and making sure they're protected is very important to me too, right? It's a certainty and decision statement telling them, you're awesome. I can see why this is so important. It's important to me. Let's keep going, right? And then more praise. I know you're amazing, which is good, because if we're approved, you're going to be with me forever till death do us part. Ha, cheesiness is so important. Guys, if you feel like you're being cheesy, you're doing it right. And don't not say a thing because you feel it's cheesy. I learned a lot of the things in here. I learned doing the hard way, and now it's set up so that you guys don't have to learn. But you only don't learn it if you remember these words. Because if you go out there and you don't cheese it up, you're not willing to laugh a little bit. No, I'm going to be with you forever, right? Mod 5. The best benefit is you have me. You're going to end up not connecting, or it's not going to become part of what you do, and then we're going to come back around. We're going to say, well, you got to really lay it on thick here, and there's no reason to get to that spot. Just do it now. Do it now, do it now, do it now, because folks love it for whatever reason. I got in and I'm like, I'm not doing that cheesy crap. And then I would do it, and the difference was amazing. The response was amazing. They laugh with you. They get a kick out of it. Use it. So great stuff. There's just great skeleton rapport build, because now we got to fill it in, right? Now we got to fill in the pie chart, not the pie chart, but the Venn diagram as we go through. And remember too, guys, in the cases of being nervous or looking like you have a lot all at once, let me dumb it way down, because that's how I understand things. Your phone rings. You say, hey, person, I'm this person. There's really cool insurance that not a lot of people know about, and we're going to see if you qualify today. Going to be a few health questions. Going to get to know you. Want to find out a little bit about the end of times and what's going on. I'm really going to work hard to get you the best thing. When I get it for you, I'm going to tell you the price. Then I'm going to get your information. Then we're going to go underwriting, and then the call's going to be over. Now, that's not what we say, obviously. But at the end of the day, that's all this is.
The pattern.
All this is, right? And then we build out. So if you get on a call, you get mixed up, you click off the script, you exit it out on accident, whatever little thing. You know, at the end of the day, what you're doing. First call comes and I come over and close your computer. You'll be able to talk to that person about final expense. What is it? It's permanent, small amounts of permanent whole life insurance designed to protect your loved ones from the rising costs, funeral and burial expenses. My computer just clicked out. Apologize, but let's chat. I want to get to know you. Right? When you meet somebody at a place or a thing or whatever, you don't have a script. I mean, maybe you do. I don't know how thorough you are. But I say all that not to take anything away from how important the details are and how important learning the details are. I say that only because if you find yourself getting all in the mix, you need to take a step back. When you take a step back, it's a thing that's going to help them. And I'm going to tell them about it. Get the hell out of here with your simplicity, Andrew. I'll be back. Good job. Question?
No, sir, thank you. I think I was a little nervous because it was you.
Oh,
I do pretty well when you're not
He's
here.
just a person.
don't be nervous.
He put his britches on the same way we
Yeah, I didn't want to totally tear me up. Yeah, no, it's okay. At first, it's okay to be nervous. I get very nervous when I'm doing a thing for the first time. It's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep going.
Okay.
You sounded great. Crystal, you sound great too.
Yes.
And you look
Stop
great,
beating
and you're
yourself
awesome.
up over there,
And don't worry
girl.
about it.
You're
You got this,
awesome.
girl.
You got it, mama. You got
I
it.
take the blame for that. I didn't know. I
I
didn't
have a
know.
bad public speech. Give me a full vote.
Are you alright? It's a,
They don't have my Klonopins.
Your Klonopin?
I don't have them. Matter of fucking
Calm
anxiety
down,
attack.
calm down.
Keep it together here.
There, let's help.
You can
Let's
do
help.
that.
Don't leave
Maybe
alone
want to go back
again.
to the bar.
It's okay, it's okay.
She's not going back to the
Miss
bar.
Hannah.
Oh,
Miss
for a girl.
Hannah.
You receive this love and this positive energy. Absolutely. Hugs are amazing. They make us feel good. They release endorphins.
All right, so we're gonna take 5 and then we're gonna come back and go live.
Give me a hug. Hug me back.
Yes, love hug.
I'm gonna play mama right now. And my mama named Crystal with a C. And I would love to hug her right now. So you can get this for her. Come on. It's okay.
All right, we're gonna take 15,
Perfect.
or 12, 11 o'clock, come back.
Get your
11.
Yes. Got 12.
How you think I feel? What you mean?
Come on.
You did.
Come, Miss Crystal.
Jump in and
I just wanna be smart.
cellular phone, I know, I did, oh, there it is.
I would have done all that, but you can.
1. Or you can go out there. I'll get it over with.
It's a first. That is amazing.
Have you been diagnosed or received treatment for the use of alcohol or drugs, or been advised to restrict the use of alcohol or drugs?
Drink use of alcohol. I don't have any alcohol. I'm not using it. I'm not even drinking any alcohol. Would I drink? I would not drink any alcohol. I definitely wouldn't drink and come to work.
What?
I don't. Somebody's talking about alcohol. I'm sitting here going, I wouldn't even drink any alcohol. If I had it. Not in trying to do work. Are you crazy? You know what I mean? I just couldn't do it.
Right.
I mean, it would be like, I just couldn't get it done. I have too much to do, too much at stake. Too much at stake. I just love Toy. You know, she knows exactly what to do when. You know that? You know, I've experienced that from her once myself. And I was like, you know what I mean? I don't think I've ever met anybody like her. And of course you. And I'm so sorry, you know, to have had to be working, you know, with the state, but it's hard to explain to someone how messed up it is. You know what I mean?
Fun. Karen, I'll flush your keys down the toilet in the bathroom.
How do you do that? I mean, my keys, I don't think my keys would go down the toilet. It's a good thing. Mine are like, normally it would be my phone, but I solved that by getting a bigger phone. So I didn't get the phone flushed down anymore. We used to have a flip phone, one of those small ones. I dropped it in the toilet probably 3 times and had to get a new one. And then I got a bigger one. I don't think it would go down. Smashed one by dropping it on the road. It was brand new. Only had a couple of days. I had to buy another one immediately. It's okay. It's all good. You know what? I've heard each of these people in here doing this, right? And that includes me too. They all do such a great job when it isn't their boss. Sorry. It's not that they don't like him, you know. He's really passionate about what he does. Absolutely. It's truly intense. Which is great. And you could just sense his desire for us to succeed, you know, at what we're doing. You can also hear that in his stance and in his voice when he's speaking.
Now, clearly the ones in the cup I don't make, but, if you have like a little tea diffuser, you can have some of this. This is, yerba mate with, lavender, rosemary, lemongrass, and then I also have some red hibiscus in there. And it's, because when I told you I make loose teas and I sell them on Etsy and eBay. But these are the ones that I was telling you, I have my own K-cups.
Okay.
So, and they're really good if you want to try one of these too, because they're all organic and gluten-free and vegan. Like, they're really good.
No,
Yeah. And I get them, the San Francisco Bay.
Mm-hmm.
They have them in, Sam's Club now.
Oh,
Cause used to only you could like get them like online and stuff, but you can get them in, and they even have like the, specialty ones, like the, yeah. So that's what I was making. The hazelnut.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not bad.
That one sounds really good with the yerba latte in it. That's really good. I drink the yerba latte, you know, it's just, you know, plain. I drink it when I don't, if I have a day that I don't feel good. You know, I just got, I don't feel, and all of a sudden, wow, it's like, cool. Now I'm good. Let's go.
All right, so we have a few small fires being put out at the moment. So it's gonna be a bit longer. I will shoot an email once we get back going here in a second. I'm guessing maybe 5-10 more minutes max, and we're gonna jump back into the mod 3.
I didn't know that he wanted to continue with the conversation, you know what I mean? Longer, and that's why I dropped in. I said, okay, well, let's move on, you know, go through it. We know we're supposed to do like 10 or 15 minutes, you know, talking, you know, in this section. And
Yes, so another thing you wanna be careful with the awesome.
don't use awesome.
You can use it, but you don't want it to become a crutch phrase.
Okay.
And you don't want, because then it starts to seem
Base.
disingenuous. Yeah. So ask what, like, really have a conversation. He said, kids. Oh wow, you have 2 kids. How old are they? What are their names? What do they like to do? What do you guys usually do together? You want to make sure that you're actually having a conversation. Remember, mod 2 and mod 4. We know the basics that we want to know. We put the script down. So you talk about where they're from. That's a nice, you've been saying the state that they're in at least 2 or 3 times in mod 1. So you can move into mod 2 by, now how long have you been in Florida? Like
Right.
you did.
Right.
So where they're at, might talk about work for a little while and what they do and how long they did it and so such and such, and just talk, have a conversation. And then we'll move into family and we just have a conversation. So it's really just having a conversation. You don't even really need the script for, mine too can't be scripted. It literally can't be scripted because depending on what they give you will be what you give back and where the conversation goes. So you just need to keep in mind the purpose of Mod 2, which is to make a friend and to find out those couple key pieces and then transition into Mod 3. Even if they ask about final expense, you're not going into all that. You give them a little bit small. You know what the definition of final expense is?
Mhm.
What is it?
Me, final expense is a small whole life policy that is set aside for burial when the time comes. So that
And you
you're,
give them that, so the families can have funds available for your final expenses.
Mhm.
So you don't want to give them too much, and you just give them a little tease, let them know that, and then you go right back into the script and the purpose of whichever mod that you're in.
I could have pivoted whenever he said, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Well, I'm here to protect this. We're going to put something in place that protects your family. Now, what was the name of your son? What was the name of your daughter? You know, whenever he did that, I should have pivoted it back.
Well, it's
in.
because you were leaving out of mod 2 and you asked about you final expense. I forgot how you got there, but yeah.
What brought you, or what started you looking for final expense?
Right, we're
And he
not.
says, I don't even know what final
Right.
expense is.
And we're not gonna ask them what brought you looking into final expense, no? Because remember, certainty and decision. I can see for certain why your decision to put coverage in place is important to you, but you can't make that statement until you found out about the people that they love and why final
Exactly.
expense is important to them.
And me, I thought, well, okay, he wants me to move on. That's what I could. You know what I mean? He wants me to move on and go ahead and go on through this. That's why I left, okay? Not because I couldn't have split those hairs more.
Yeah, mod 2 was you. Mod 2, again, when we started the experiment, when we started the assignment, take the mod, it's yours. Do it like it's a client on the line. So hopefully the other ladies will do the same when we get there, but I want you guys to deliver it like it's a client on the line, like what you would actually do when you're on the call.
Okay.
So,
Well, he's. I wish you could have heard them all the other times that they've done this, whenever they were improvising. You know what I mean? They were speaking extemporaneously, and they were improvising as they went, and they were actually role playing and actually building as they talked a scenario.
and it should be no different with this, just like each call, the process is the process is the process. So that's what I want you guys to get, understand, be comfortable with. The process is the process is the process. Once you learn it, the only thing you have to do is get better at delivering it. And that's what I want you guys to do, to be comfortable.
That's what I'm doing.
Now, we are going to go out on the floors today, so you guys can role play from the phones, but I want to get through this one full breakdown so that we can take lunch and come back. You guys will be setting up after lunch, it looks like. I'm gonna go check on the ladies.
And we'll be learning the programs. You know what I mean? When to open this, when to open that, when to go here, how to go between it. You know what I mean? From using the other monitors. You know what I mean? Where you're able to have maybe 6 programs up at the same time.
Won't be 6, but yeah, you'll have a couple, 3, maybe 4. Your script for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You'll also have a Word document up where you're gonna take your notes.
A typical?
Uh,
A typical?
Word document.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So the script, a Word document, agency block,
Mhm.
and Pure Cloud's really just where you're answering the call. So there,
Pure Cloud is your CRM.
nope, Pure Cloud and Genesis, they're one and the same, but that's the dialer system.
The dialer, right?
Agency block is the CRM.
Yes, okay. So you have a dialer and a CRM.
Mm-hmm. They do speak to each other, so when the call comes through in Pure Cloud, the dialer, it will pop a new window for agency block.
Okay.
So the lead will populate.
That's good. See, now it's learning all that, you know, how each one operates and making sure that, you know, you can manage those at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your script instead of this paper script from the computer. You know.
Okay, let me go check on the ladies in the rear. I'm back in.
Hopefully they're okay.
Oh, gosh. It's crazy. The second day of the palindrome, instead of things going good, things are getting kind of crazy.
Is it more strange out there?
Huh?
Is it more strange out there than it was in here?
No, I was just saying, like, as far as they're literally trying to fish her keys out of the toilet right now.
Like, is it one of those things, what do you call, a snake? Like where it goes back to the tube and then you pull?
But the thing is, you could possibly push it back further with a snake. So you need something with like a claw on the end to grab it and then pull it up, because snakes just literally go through to like unclog. So
Help me.
uh,
I'm so sorry for her.
I would be so livid if she is just like cool, calm, and collected. Me, on the other hand, I'd definitely be crying. I'd be crying. Because I'd only be thinking about, oh my gosh, I gotta get to my children. What am I gonna do? Like, I would be crying.
You know what? I think it was Tropical Storm Deborah or Debbie, something like that. It was a horrible tropical storm, one of the last ones that we had. Whenever I lived in Tarpon Springs at the time, and I was having to go through like Keystone, you know what I mean, up through there to get to the house. And I went, and I was coming down through like George Road or someplace going down into Tarpon Springs. The fire department was there because the whole road was blocked off with water, and they were trying to make me turn around. Well, if I turned around, there's no way that I would ever be able to get back to my house. So you know what I did? I drove back down the street a little bit. I went up the hill, drove up the hill, went over top of the hill. That was the hill. I went down on the other side, and when I came down US 19, on the left side of the road, there was about this much open that wasn't. Cars were underwater. Everywhere. I drove down through that narrow strip right through there and went up on the hill to be able to get home with my cat.
Girl, now that's what you call some straight divine protection. Oh my gosh.
That was absolutely.
Oh
and
my
maybe that
gosh.
little strip, and all it was just that little strip. But I said, my cat's going to be really worried. There is no way. I'm going to get home because she's not going to know what to do. And so I said, if I can park this car and walk.
That is so scary.
It was scary, believe me.
Oh, bless your heart, Miss Hannah.
It was bad. That was scary enough right there. Don't want to go through that again. And then, of course,
Tell me about it, right?
yeah, that was really scary. But what you also saw when we had that hurricane, that big one, like, what was it called?
Irma, Irene, Irma,
Irma, it was
Katrina.
Irma.
We've had, oh
But
boy.
Irma was big. It was like about a category 6 or a 7.
Yeah, we lost power for like a little over 2 weeks. Like they literally had to come out and like put the power poles and everything. Like it was bad. And we're in a country, we're like in that Weeki Wachi Brooksville, like
I know where it is.
so it was bad.
I've been to that park there at Weeki Wachi, those springs and stuff. I've been there. I've camped there. Overnight.
Over at Rogers Park.
In a tent.
Yes, yes. I've taken my baby out there, like all the children but the baby, the youngest, the 2-year-old. She's been going camping with me since she was like 6 months old. She loves the tent. She loves it. Like as soon as you put that tent up and you put that air mattress in there and blow it up, she's just like, she literally, it's so adorable, my little munch. I love her.
Yeah, that's funny. But you know that hurricane was so strong, so fast, that it pulled all of the water out of the Gulf. And here's the thing, if that hurricane had wobbled and all that water came back at once,
Mm-hmm.
the East Coast wouldn't be here. That's how serious it was. It pulled all of the water out of the Gulf.
Oh
And
my
had it wobbled back, you know what I mean? What would have happened is all that water would come rushing back and we wouldn't be here. People don't know how close they came to not being here. And I read something in a book once called America BC by Barry Fell. And it talks about when the settlers came here going all up and down the East Coast, all the way out to Oklahoma, they had the ruins of giant stone buildings, structures. They're ruins, yes. And you know what that tells me? That tells me probably there may have been some giant tsunami or something that happened. Or a hurricane, just like we're talking about, that wiped it out. What they did, the settlers dismantled those buildings. They used them to build roads, you know, the foundations of buildings and the roadways, the bases of roadways.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's what they used it for.
Oh, wow.
And that's why whenever people have been out in Oklahoma before digging down in a coal mine, they were digging down about, 30 feet down in the ground, and they took out a big chunk of coal like this, a big one. And when they broke that chunk of coal open, they hit it. There was a gold necklace inside that, a perfectly beautiful gold necklace.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. And they've gone down, and they found stone walls way down inside in the ground.
Well, you know what? Yeah, because see, the sea levels have changed over time, and like that whole thing about the lost city of Atlantis, people think it's like a myth, but it truly was a real city. However, as time went on, land eroded, sea levels rose, it literally got just covered.
It's sunk.
Yeah, and then you even have right here in our United States at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, there's literally pyramids, there's literally hieroglyphs on the wall, there are tombs that show that we were here before someone supposedly discovered land that already had indigenous people on it.
Exactly. That's true.
I freaking hate our country sometimes when you think about how people have just been so disinjustice, and then it's like we have so many people who are like, oh, I'm native, and it's like, okay, but are you truly native by blood? Because we also learned about the $5 Indians, where if you had $5, you can just come and get a card.
Really?
Yeah, that's real. Right here in the United States of America, there are so many people who claim they have Indian ancestry, which when you say that, it's like, okay, well, I already know you're lying, because first of all, no native would ever refer to themselves as an Indian. It's very derogatory and it's defamatory. They are indigenous, because when I go to our land, we've never ever considered ourselves a Native American. America was not even the name of this place. Like, that's something you just slap the name on it. I'm an Aboriginal descendant of the land. I'm indigo. That's what you are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I hate to get into it, because my emotions, my passion behind it, just because when you know the truth about a thing, and then to see all the lies and the cover-ups, especially our government, it just really ticks you off.
My family is in the archives. They're in the archives. All right.
Like, it's just insane.
Mine are in the historical archives. You can
There's
read
a
about
lot of peoples who are in there, but guess what? Names have been changed, and people are
mine
still.
haven't.
No, I'm not saying,
Mine.
and I can't speak on you.
Everybody.
Yeah, exactly. But I just know that we live in a very evil, corrupt place. The United States isn't all that what glitters is gold. It ain't.
Absolutely. Well, you know, what I was going to tell you about the Hopi tribe.
Mhm.
The Hopi Indians out there have tapestries that are very, very ancient, old.
Yep, that's all the
And-
stories.
Okay, and what they do is they are telling a story about descending from the tribe of Joseph. And now let me tell you this. When Moses and them left the promised land and they took Joseph's bones with them, they actually took Joseph's bones out of Egypt. Because remember, he was the one that Potiphar reached out and grabbed hold of his cloak and he let his jacket go away to get away from her, okay? All right, and then she was telling her husband that he had attacked her. All right, well, anyhow, that's Joseph. So when Joseph died, the Hebrew children took the patriarch Joseph, his bones, out of Egypt. Well, guess what? When you go down into the Grand Canyon, back in the 1800s, National Geographic discovered there's a room down there that has got all kinds, it's got mummies in it,
Yeah.
and it's got Egyptian artifacts in it as well.
Yeah, like I said, it shows that we were here before anybody else claimed to discover something that already had a whole generation of people living here.
Well, see, that may have been the bones of Joseph. You want to know why? Because for 30 years,
'Cause
They
haven't
wouldn't let
given
anybody
proof
down
anything
there?
In the Bible, so I don't want to get into that.
Oh,
I don't wanna
okay.
Talk about that.
Historical. I'm talking about historical. You know, he was, what they did was they brought his bones out, and the Hopis say that they descend from the tribe of Joseph. That's what their tapestry says. And I read that, and there's a book. It's this big. You know what I mean? I read that many, many years ago. I probably read it twice in my life.
Only one what?
That's how I know it.
I don't know what she was.
She's the. Hey, this is Karen Akers calling in about the key.
What now?
There you go.
Okay.
She's trying to get her.
And there's a lot of history in that book, okay? And so I'm focusing not on the deity aspect of it, but on the historical records, okay? You know, such as the wall in Jerusalem. You know, that's historic, right? We can see it, touch it, feel it, it's there.
Yeah, but like all of the noses and the lips on the statues and things, they claim, oh, it was weatherization that took it off, so you can't see the distinct wide noses and thick lips like we have. So I mean, there's just a bunch. Like I don't like to get into that, so that's why I said I don't want to get into it.
Okay, no problem.
Because I know what I know, and you know what you know, and I'm not trying to say, oh, well, you're wrong and I'm right, because that's not it. It's you know what you know, and I know what I know. That's
Yeah.
just that.
But I love Native
Whatever the
history.
conversation
That's
is,
just
we're
that.
gonna cut that right now. We
Thank
gotta
you.
regroup and
Thank you.
refocus.
Native history. I love it. I've been reading this since I was a
Miss
kid.
Hannah, having to get the last word in is not a good thing. So when we need to wrap stuff, we need to just wrap it.
Okay, thank you.
There's too many of us in here.
What do you have in your hand?
We need to focus. It's a crystal.
Oh, a crystal.
Yeah, I wore my amethyst today, and I got my big chunk on me too.
All right, who is with us? Who is with us? Miss Andrea, Miss Madison, and Miss Crystal. Are you guys on? Hey, Miss Andrea. Hey, Miss Crystal. And Miss Madison. Okay. All right. Well, glad you guys are on. We're gonna let everyone get situated at their stations and kind of regroup. There's a couple things going on in the building that's affecting us being able to all be together and be focused. So we're going to reestablish our stations. Or establish our stations. We will finish this exercise maybe tomorrow at some time, but you guys are going to jump back in and call each other and do role plays. So just keep an eye out for an email with your phone numbers, the direct line. You'll be calling each other through PureCloud. There'll probably be a Zoom before that so I can show you guys. Actually, there'll be a Zoom meeting so I can walk you guys through how to do the internal calls and how to answer the calls through PureCloud. So, to be continued, give us a few, they're gonna get set up, they're gonna get themselves situated, take lunch. It'll probably be at least an hour and a half from now. It'll probably be about 1 o'clock that we reconvene. If it's any time before that, I'll let you guys know at least 30 minutes ahead of time. But I'm assuming 1 o'clock will be our part 2 of the day. Y'all with me?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I will definitely email you if anything changes. As of now, it's 1 o'clock. You get that, Miss Madison, Crystal? All right.
What is a bonus document? He sent a bonus document?
All right. You're very welcome, Miss Andrea. Is it the commission?
Well, it says bonus levels, 2021.
There's the bonus levels. Remember during the,
I saved it, it's there.
when he came in the other day talking about the placement bonuses and
I missed it, I'm sorry. I lived about 10 minutes.
so I'm gonna have you sit and watch the part of the day that you missed earlier in the week, once you get set up at your station outside. All right, so if you wanna grab your laptop, and you too, Miss Toy, grab your laptop. I'm gonna show you guys where you're gonna be living for the next few